Welcome back to Full Power Collectibles and welcome to a very spooky deck tech. Halloween is right around the corner and I thought I'd bring out my vampire list to show you my vampire tribal EDH deck featuring Florian, the Valdarian Scion. Now I've been fascinated with vampires for quite a while. As you see, I got my spooky setup here, and this is the commander I chose for my vampire tribal deck. As you see, he is a 3-cost, 1, a black and a red. Legendary Vampire Noble, 3/3 first strike creature at the beginning of your post-combat main phase. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of life your opponents lost this turn. Exile one of those cards and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. Now this is a combo deck, and that's why I have chosen Florian as my commander. There are many other amazing vampire creatures in Magic the Gathering, but this is my dig through my deck to find combo commander. So without further ado, let's take a look at the creatures of this spooky deck. Alright, to begin, we're taking a look at the non-vampire creatures I have in this deck. All of these are for card advantage or graveyard recursion, token generation. So Fill Another Third Path allows me to create a token copy of a creature in my graveyard and bring it back. It gains haste, exile it at the beginning of my end step. Prosper Tomebound is a Death Touch 1/4, but he gives card advantage at the beginning of your end step, exile the top card. You may play that. Chainer Nightmare Depth allows you to discard a card, then cast a creature spell from your graveyard. The Thorn of the Blight Rose is a human assassin. Death Touch, but we have the Monarch on this creature, so whenever you cast this creature, you gain the Monarch, which is card advantage. We have Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, which makes our opponents lose life and cards. As you know, with our commander, every time our opponents lose life, we get to look at that many cards. So this is one of those ways to activate our commander. Volgaroth, the Bloodsire, the Bloodsky Sire, allows us to search our library for any card, shuffle our deck, put that card on top. This is a boast ability, so that means whenever you attack with this creature, you can activate this ability to tutor for a card. Direfleet Ravager is a pirate ogre wizard and has this amazing ability. When he enters the battlefield, each player loses a third of his or her life rounded up. Now, this will trigger our commander, and it says the total amount of life our opponents have lost this turn. So if all of our opponents have lost a third of their life when we play this creature, just think of how many cards we can dig into our deck to find our combo. So this is an amazing creature to trigger our commander's ability. All right, our last non-vampire creature is the Keen Duelist, which allows us some card advantage and makes our opponents lose life. All right, let's take a look at our vampires in this deck, and as you see, we have a lot of vampires. We have Anji, the Maid of Dishonor, Anawan, the Ruin Sage, the Arrogant Outlaw. Oh, wait, this is not a vampire. Azar Oddsmaker, Blood Artist, Bloodthirsty Adversary, the Bloodline Keeper, Olivia Voldaren. This could be a commander if you wanted to switch commanders for some reason. Olivia the Crimson Bride, also a good option for a commander. Dracula, the Blood Immortal. This is a pretty awesome art. And I also have Dracula, the Lord of Blood. Vampire Nighthawk, Sanctum Seeker. We have the Malakir Blood Witch, the Famist Forgers, Cordial Vampire, Necropolis Regent, Fiend of Shadows, Falconwrath Pit Fighter, Stormkirk Blood Thief, Twilight Prophet, Stormkirk Captain, Miri the Cursed. This is a cat vampire, pretty cool. Pulse Tracker, Sangromancer. Slaughter Specialist. Calistria Highborn. Kalidas, the Bloodchief of Get. Kalidas, the Traitor of Get. Was a staple way back in Standard when I first started captivating Vampire. Calistria Healer. Vacacious Conquistador. Zagras, the Thief of Heartbeats. The Vampire Socialite. Champion of Dusk. And our last vampire is the Falconwrath Aristocrat. Alright, let's take a look at our artifacts in the deck. We don't have very many. We have a Chrome Mox. We have a Mox Diamond. We have a Soul Ring. We have a Felwar Stone. And we have a Basilisk Collar, which gives our creatures Death Touch and Lifelink. This, I'll talk about combos later, but this can combo with one of our creatures. Next we have our enchantments. We have a Sanctum of Stone Fangs. Our opponents lose life and we gain life, which triggers our commander. This is at the beginning of our pre-combat main phase. Sanguine Bond and Exquisite Blood. This is the combo of our deck. These are the cards we're digging for with our commander. Basically, you get these two cards out on the field, and whenever you gain life or whenever your opponent loses life, you win the game. So unless your opponents can destroy one of these cards, as long as you make them lose life or you make yourself gain life, you just win the game on the spot because it'll kill all your opponents. Then lastly, we have our Ghouls Bloodfast. This allows us some card draw, and it's just kind of on theme with our vampires. Alright, next we have our instances and sorceries. We have a Blood Tribute, vampire spell, Grasp of Darkness, Vona's Hunger, vampire, Read the Bones, Diabolic Intent, Tutor for a card, Slaughter Pact, Rakdos Charm, the Bloodline Culling, a vampire spell. This is an Eliminate. It's in Japanese, so Eliminate destroys a creature with a power like 3 or less. We have a Village Rites, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. Stunning Reversal. Pretty much just save our butt if we're about to die. The next time you would lose the game this turn, instead draw 7 cards and your life total becomes 1. Vraska's Contempt, Pesky Planeswalkers, get rid of those. Profane Tutor, just another tutor. And that is the last of our instances and sorceries. Alright, last we have our mana base. We have a lot of commons in this deck because we're only running 2 colors, so we have some swamps. I got some pretty cool art here for our swamps. Some foily swamps. And 1 snow-covered swamp just because it's a neat looking art. And then we have our mountains. Then we have a few of our non-basic lands. We have a Mystifying Maze, Dragon Skull Summit, Terramorphic Expanse, Leech-ridden Swamp. This each opponent loses a life. That triggers our commander. Arch of Araska, card advantage. City of Traders, this is a proxy. You don't need this card in a deck. It's very expensive. You can just replace it with a basic or, some other dual land. Fabled Passage, Rakdos Canarium, Command Tower, Blight's Death Pathway, Luxury Suites, and a Sulphurous Mire, along with a Cabal Pit. All right, that concludes our deck list. We'll take a look at our combos. Alright, combos in the deck. Here's our 2-card vampire combo, Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond. This is probably the most notable vampire combo in Magic the Gathering. Basically, you get these 2 cards in the field. If you can gain some life or make your opponent lose some life, you will automatically kill all your opponents and win the game just by having these 2 enchantments on the battlefield. So that is the name of our deck. We use our commander to look at all the cards, as many cards as we can each turn, to find this combo and play it and win. Alright, we have a few other fun combos in this deck. As I said, we have this Basilisk Collar, which gives our equipped creature, gives it Death Touch and Lifelink, which combos with Olivia. And Olivia has pay 1 in a red, and Olivia deals 1 damage to another target creature. Whenever Olivia is wearing the collar, you pay 1 in a red, and you can deal 1 Death Touch to any target creature, and that will kill them instantly. So put this collar on this Olivia, you can control the board, and basically just as long as you have enough mana, you can kill all your opponent's creatures. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck list. I will have a link to my complete list in the description below. I'll also put a UR code thingy here on the screen so you can check it out. And happy Halloween!